This tutorial is a basic overview of the welcome bar and the icons on the scheduling page for WCOnline. So once you log in, you will have the welcome and your name, and underneath that little arrow is a bunch of information that you may or may not use during your consultation, but it's nice to know what they are. So if you need to update your profile and email options, you can go here. You can also look at your appointments that are coming up if you scroll or hover over My Appointments. And you can also look at client and record management, staff and schedule management. You can run reports if you want to, see your the exit survey results by going to system statistics. So this is just basic information that you probably will never have to use, but I use it all the time. So also underneath the welcome is going to be these little icons. So you have this head, which is the add a new client to the system. So if you do have a walk-in that comes in who has never registered with the system, here's where you would go. The little calendar page is the master appointment report. You don't have to utilize that at all. That's something that I use. The little piece of paper is entering an off-schedule client report form, which is what you would use when you are creating a client report form for a walk-in appointment. If you want to search the system by the person to see if the person has already has an account but couldn't remember if they had made one, here is where you would go. All you need to do is click this little box, and you can put the person's name in if you would like. So let's say Stephanie is her name, and you can search, and it'll pull up any Stephanies that are in the system, and you can get any other information here. And you can always then just return to the schedule. The little yellow box here is a little file, so you can attach a file to an existing appointment if you want to. The help is if just to understand exactly what the colors on the chart on the schedule mean. So these are really basic, but again, at the same time, it's important to know what they are so you know how to navigate the system. Underneath the date and the pull-down menu here is going to be previous week, current week, next week. So the previous week is if you want to go back in the schedule, if you need to add something or look up something. So it'll take you in the previous weeks. Current week is where we are now. And the next week is if you want to see who, if anybody has scheduled anything for the previous week, you can go there too. And you can just go back to current week. This is good if you're trying to look up an appointment for somebody or trying to help somebody schedule for at least 14 days out. So yeah, it's pretty simple. This little schedule button here is a blackout schedule button. I don't think that you're going to need that. I use that if I'm going to take someone off the schedule for a day, if someone is sick and I can't find anyone to cover. So unless you really want to know what that is, I can show you, but I would not mess with it because it can seriously alter the schedule, and then there's no coming back from that sometimes, depending on how deep you go. So I would just leave that alone for right now. But again, this is just a basic overview of what WCOnline's main icons and welcome menu are. If you have any questions, please let me know.